the title of this video, I think our generation might be doomed. All right, this is a video by Patience Azina. We're finna watch to see what she's talking about. You know, I'm a part of this generation, so you know I'm gonna give my input, and then we gonna see how y'all feel, and y'all can put y'all input in the comment section so we can have a conversation, because I think that would be great to have. All right, so let's get right into the video.
Hello my dears, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be reacting to a video that I saw from Piers Morgan Uncensored. So I saw a small clip of this on YouTube Shorts and I decided to go find the full video and react to it, because the part that I saw I felt like was quite a good representation of the slightly distorted priorities within our current generation.
OnlyFans has become a digital phenomenon. There's 190 million users.
Is getting naked a feminist act? OnlyFans has paid more than $5 billion to creators. $5 billion with a B. Is that a billion? That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. $5 billion? Sheesh.
And 3 million so-called creators who mostly use the space to upload X-rated photographs and videos of themselves for their subscribers. And it's big business, very big business, raking in $5 billion a year.
That's tough.
What were you before you did this?
I was a law student, and now I'm a TikToker.
At university?
Yeah, Uni of Southampton. So
did you graduate or?
No. I dropped out to do OnlyFans because I was making a lot of money. So I was like, why am I doing reading?
Hey man, she doing her thing. Let's see what Patience gotta say.
I mean, she has a point. Why read? Education. What's the point in that? Boring.
I'm 0.01 on OnlyFans, so I'm as top as it gets.
All right, well, let me go to Blair here. I mean, Blair, look, on the face of it, isn't this really what feminist empowerment's all about? A woman in control of her body, doing what she wants with it, making a huge amount of money? Isn't it entirely down to Elle, what she decides to do?
It absolutely is up to Elle to do whatever she wants to do in her professional career. And I don't have any issue with adults doing what they want, entering sex work. However, unfortunately, I think the way in which OnlyFans is often discussed in public makes it out to be this quick get-rich scheme. It reeks of a pyramid scheme. And oftentimes young girls find themselves following this fool's gold rush and not really understanding the consequences of it.
Yeah, I do think that is one of those things where it is important for us to talk about all sides of it, not just the positive sides of it, because in order for people to make decisions, they need to be informed decisions. And a decision cannot be informed if you don't know the negative sides of a potential decision.
What are your
That is actually true. The average girl on OnlyFans, I think, makes like $30 a month, right? And the average subscription is like $5 or so. And because I did a lot of research, hey, leave me alone.
How do you think of this? I mean, they must be incredibly disappointed, surely, that you backed in a potentially really successful career as a lawyer to do this.
Yes, my dad is dead and my mum is on my payroll. My family are fine.
Your mum's on your payroll?
My mum is on my payroll.
In what, doing what?
Admin.
What does that mean?
It's just behind the scenes work. She doesn't do anything rude or anything.
So she loves you doing this?
Well, she doesn't praise it at the pub like, woohoo, my daughter does OnlyFans, but she's supportive.
But she love that money though. She see that paycheck come in, she do a dance. Nah, she be at the pub like silently though. My daughter does OnlyFans. She bring it on the back.
She knows that I'm over 18. I can do what the hell I want, and she knows that her views can't impact my life. What is she gonna do? You're grounded because you do OnlyFans. Like, what the hell? It's 2023. People can do what the hell they want.
Yeah, guys, it's 2023. Everyone's an OnlyFans model now. Get with the times. It's kind of reaching that point now with OnlyFans where people aren't shocked by it or taken back by it. It has become more normalized for people to do OnlyFans. It hasn't stopped the stigma, obviously. Like, people are still unwilling to date OnlyFans models. People still do judge people for doing OnlyFans. But the shock of learning that someone does OnlyFans is not anywhere near as intense as it probably was at the beginning. It's just kind of like become the women's get rich quick scheme.
For sure. It is just, it's like selling. If you don't need to sell drugs, but you sell it because you can make a lot of money quickly, you're the same as these people. if you're selling drugs because that's just how life, like you were born into that life and that's what you got, that's what you got caught up in, I can't really blame you for your environment, but try to get out of that because it's not a secure job, my brother.
Curious about you being someone who embarked on a law career, was obviously very bright, went to university, packed it in just for money to be effectively an online stripper. I mean, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, way worse than an online stripper.
He's gonna ask, what do you mean way worse? You wanted to demonstrate? Yo, Piers. You wanted to demonstrate?
Way worse.
Way worse. Online strippers just, you know, naked. I do things that are way more grotesque than
Just
that.
pornography.
Pornography, anything, but it's all within what I want to do, and I absolutely love it, and I'm really good at it. You know, I could be a good.
I'm really good at it. I don't know why that sounds so funny. Just saying, I don't want to flex or nothing, but I'm really good at OnlyFans. Hey man, she made more money than me. Why am I laughing? This ain't funny. This is a serious ass thing. 5 billion to my 0. It's crazy.
Lawyer, yes, but also, am I good at doing other things on video and camera?
How would you feel when you want to have kids yourself?
Well, I mean, I don't really want kids right now. But at
You
least
will do. How old are you?
25.
Right, so you will do at some stage, probably, right?
Maybe.
When you do, you're going to be proud that you have your little ones and they look at you and go, didn't you want to be a lawyer, mummy? What happened?
I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, personally, I think that having children is something that should be factored into whether or not people do sex work, because I do think that kids are cruel enough as it is when your parents.
Yes, bro. If look, I will say the same thing. If you want to go into sex work, please do not have children, because other children will come across your content and they will bully and harass your children for it. Like, no matter what, it doesn't matter what year it is. If you are a dark-skinned person, if they turn off the lights in the class to put a movie on the screen, whatever, you know, they're gonna say, oh, hey, where's Jerome? Where's Tyrone? Where's Patrick? It's not funny, bro. But they're still going to do that because kids are kids. Kids are cringe and corny. Especially if your son talking crazy to my son and he said, bro, why you talking to me? Did your mother not just deep throat 3 global globbles last week, buddy? Don't talk to me crazy before I put my foot in your mouth, just like how your mom had that whole foot long in hers, my boy. Do not come to me talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, like, it's just like, I would never be able to talk to anybody because they will just hold you over my head, and I don't want them to hold you over my head. I feel like that's why I don't want to do anything too crazy so my kids don't get embarrassed. But like, and I can't guarantee anything, my boy. So like, if I do something crazy in the foreseeable future, just know I didn't stop.
Have naked images of them all over the internet. It's just extra ammo. However, I'm not gonna lie, I do also wonder if, because of the amount of people doing OnlyFans now and how it's kind of become a bit more normalized, I do wonder like how strange it will be in, say, like, because she's what, like 25, so say she has kids in the next, I don't know, 5 years or something. Her kids, when they're old enough for her past to actually be something they understand, by that point, it'll probably be, what, like 10, 15 years,
Yeah.
10, 15 years, 20 years even. By that time, will it be as strange as it is now? So I guess my point is, I wonder if in the next 20 years, it's still going to be as taboo for your parents to have been on OnlyFans when you consider the amount of people who are now putting themselves on OnlyFans.
I was gonna say that since it's become such a normalized thing, would it actually be as bad in the future to have a mother on? Like, would it be like,
shut up, bro. I saw your mom on OnlyFans.
Dude, your mom was on there too.
if that's the type of conversations our kids are having in the future? Like, bro, I just checked last night and I just saw both of your moms doing a double cam show, bro. What the fuck? Like, those are not the conversations We should be having. But you know, like it goes to the point that it's sad that a lot of us are just trying to do the easiest and quickest thing to become rich. Like you can look at these only like I'm gonna be honest. You could take a very mid girl and then she goes on OnlyFans, gets a bag, starts looking better, starts buying more makeup all days, and she starts getting her shit together. And then you can get a dude that was not nothing. He little mid, but then he was smart enough to do some crypto, sell some NFTs, do this by the buy. He made hella money off of it, a few millions. He started doing this, started getting his drip better, looking better, right? And I feel like they're the same type of person that's just trying to get rich quick. You know, it's not really about like, oh, she's a hoe or oh, he's whatever. You know, I don't care about that. It's more about the mentality of like trying to find the easiest way to make money without trying to put in work. You know, and it's to me very weird because it's like if you don't work hard for the money you have, you will never ever like actually what's the word? You take it for granted. If everything you got was easy, you're gonna take it for granted. But if it was very hard for you to make that money, you would only spend it wisely, only use it when you need it, etc., etc. But when you make money quick, you're gonna spend it quick, and you're not gonna actually understand the value of what money is. That's one. So I feel like a lot of people that get money quick are doomed because they don't have the resources to understand their situation. You know, it's like now not being a celebrity, I understand what happens when you get into Hollywood, get all the attention, get all of that. I understand it now from the outside. But if I was like Will Smith, I would have been experiencing all of that firsthand. You know what I'm saying? We can say now that people are industry plants and like they sold their soul. But like at the time, if you were one of those first people getting into this, like you being a black person, finally being able to get the type of money you never ever seen before, and now people gonna say you sold your soul, but back then you didn't know what you was getting into, and some now you do some shit that you can't talk about because you sign some NDAs here, do some that there, yada yada yeah. Anyways, Hollywood is weird. I'm sorry for getting off topic, but like yeah, the future is a weird thing. I don't know how it's gonna be. What do y'all think the future's gonna be? That's a good question to ask. How do y'all think the future's gonna be?
Like, I still think it will be taboo and I still think people will look down on it, but will it be as scandalous as it would have been when we were growing up?
I
I'm
don't
kind of
think so.
curious about that. Like, I don't know if it will or won't, but I'm just kind of curious because I do think as OnlyFans has become more normalized and a lot more people are doing it, it does mean there are going to be a lot more kids whose parents have had that past. So are those kids going to suffer as much for it as the kids who would have suffered, say, when we were growing up, when this kind of stuff would have never happened?
I don't really want kids right now. But at
You
least
will do. How old are you?
25.
Right, so you will do at some stage, probably, right?
Maybe.
When you do, you're going to be proud that you have your little ones and they look at you and go, didn't you want to be a lawyer, Mummy? What happened?
Yeah.
And you go, here, but look at all my stuff.
They can cry in a Ferrari.
They can cry in a Ferrari. What? See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, don't like being materialistic. This is look. I guess like I could talk shit about being materialistic, being a broke ass nigga, right? You know, I have no money. You know, I'm streaming off of a bummy ass webcam, you know, and everything. I understand that I'm broke, and so I'm hating from the outside of the club, you know. But like, money isn't everything, and if your kids aren't happy, like I'm gonna tell you, no amount of money is gonna fix your depression. The only thing that will fix your depression is you. You know, is money ain't gonna do it. You gotta change your mindset and how you think about things. You know, it's like you can't say crying a Ferrari. That's not the answer. Is you have to teach your kids how to accept the fact that their mom's a hoe, and it's okay. Or that's what you're gonna have to tell them. Like there's nothing else. They're gonna have to own that shit. Like what else can you even like what can you say like crying a Ferrari? I'm hating.
Yep, that kind of sums up our generation, to be honest. Like, because even on TikTok, there was this trend I remember where people were asking, would you rather be rich and miserable or would you rather be happy and poor? And there were loads of people who were just saying, like, you know, they just cry on their yacht or they just cry in their Ferrari, because a lot of people just think that money is much more important than happiness, apparently. Like, that's kind of the mindset of our materialistic generation is that they think that consumerism and materialism is the source of I can't even say it's a source of happiness, because if they're saying I'd rather cry in a Ferrari, then they don't even think happiness really matters. They just
Exactly. Why do I need to be happy if I'm comfortable? Look, I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Like I said, I'm a broke ass nigga, but I still feel comfortable in my life. Look, my car broke down yesterday. Legitimate. My car broke down yesterday because I didn't change my oil because I'm an irresponsible nigga. But that's because I didn't have money. And guess what my primary job is? Door dashing. Yeah. I don't make money, man. I do a part-time job full-time. And the thing that I used to do this job, my car is now kaput. It's kaput. So I'm jobless. But guess what? I'm still comfortable. I'm gonna find a way. You know, that's like life. You know, life throws its lemons at you, and you just gotta squeeze them hoes into lemonade. Drink that bitch. So like, I'm not gonna get upset, even though I was mad yesterday. I waited like 2 hours for a tow truck. No, it's not even worth getting into. And the thing is, I was door dashing at the time, trying to make some money, and then the car break down. And this is already coming from a person that don't got no money. I didn't have enough money in my account for oil change. I was trying to get it. And you gonna break down? Man, let's get back into the video, bro.
just think that being rich is all that really matters. And those are the priorities of some people in our generation, is that money is the most important thing in the world.
Yep.
Even though money doesn't fulfill most people. The saying money doesn't buy happiness came from somewhere. And so I do think it's sad that we have a generation where people think that money is all it takes to be happy. Especially when you consider the fact that the highest rates of depression and misery are in developed nations.
That's a fact. I mean, but look, you gotta look at that on both sides though, because undeveloped countries and nations do not have enough I would like to say technology and education on like mental health. They have more education on physical health because, no offense, your physical health matters more than your mental health. And I would say it's like a 60-40. It's not like it matters so much more. Like a lot of people that suffer from mental health issues in underdeveloped countries, we just won't know. That's like, it's not like, people obviously all over the world are experiencing depression, but they wouldn't consider it depression. They would consider it hunger. I'm depressed because we don't have food. You know, I'm depressed because we don't have clean water. I'm depressed because my government is oppressing us. Those are people's issues around the world that is causing their depression, but the depression is not what we care about. They have bigger issues than the depression. They have legitimate issues, like some people don't have a place to stay, they're refugees and stuff like this. So yeah, obviously we're not gonna say, oh well, you also have depression, well, right here, we can mark you down for it doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna be honest, in underdeveloped countries it doesn't matter, but does it matter in a developed country? Yes, because people in a developed country, our issues are not like, oh, can I get enough water? Oh, can I get enough food? Our issues are, oh my God, does my butt look good? Oh my God, should I get a BBL? Oh my God, should I get Botox, lip filler? Oh, should I take Tren, and should I take these steroids to get bigger? Oh my God, should I take Liver King supplements? And you know what I'm saying? We live in the West or whatever. We live in a world where it's more about like how you look rather than how you feel, and because like everything else is kind of like set for us, so like people's issues are like, my butt isn't the shape I want it to be, not like, oh, I don't have the job I want. It's like, I don't know, it's I feel like we are focusing on the wrong things, but then again I feel like it's because people don't have anything wrong to focus on. And I watched one streamer. His name is Agent 00. He also makes videos on YouTube on a channel called Playback with his homie Low. And he said a theory. He made up a theory that I legitimately think is true. And he called it the boredom theory. Where I feel like now in today's day and age, we have enough people that don't have legitimate problems. So we create our own problems. and then turn it into an issue that we actually take very seriously, which is why I feel like people's depression gets worse because they're watching people on TikTok saying, I hate myself, my life sucks. You're like, I got some of that content and I was upset because I was in a good mood. You know, you enjoying yourself. And then you get a TikTok that says,
the girl that you love will never come back.
and I'm like, why am I getting this? Why? I was enjoying my time. Like 2 videos ago, I was just watching a cat play with some yarn. Now you giving me now you making me remember about past relationships that didn't work out. Nah, bro, it's weird because I click on the page too, and then you see the whole page is just filled with a bunch of content of depression and how life sucks and how they want to delete themselves. And then the people in the comments are saying same facts. I hate it here. Why am I alive? And I'm like, did I just get invited to a pity party? TikTok, no thank you. Not interested in videos like these. Like, what the is this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we live in that type of world. You should not be in a place where you're depressed and you're watching depressed content. That makes no sense. Like, how is that gonna fix your depression? If anything, it's gonna make you feel worse. I'm not even depressed, and sitting through that page, I feel like, man, why? I seen the same type of thing on IG Reels too. So it's just like we live in a time where people are trying to be the best versions of themselves. So that's why you see all this BBL, all this artificial stuff. People are trying to make themselves so perfect, but there's no really such thing as perfect within human beings. We are all imperfectly perfect because there's no right or wrong in the creation or shape of you and me. But regardless, people want to be perfect, so they, want to look up to certain beauty standards and want to look like a certain this or that. And it's like a rat race that will never end because there'll be always a new beauty standard to aspire to be. Once it would be super skinny, now it'd be super slim thick with a BBL. Future's gonna be this. Even like in other countries, like I think in parts of Asia, their beauty standards are about skin lightening and being more pale, and that's more like it's everywhere you go. There is something that they have as their beauty standard, and as time goes, they kind of change. But like in America, where you have a conglomerate of like so many different types of people and nations and ethnicities and races and all this type of stuff. You have all this in one place. Of course, the beauty standards are going to change. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like beauty standards that are competing with each other at the same time in the United States. So like United States is so compacted with so much of everything and anything that like, yeah, everyone's trying to be the best. And going back to the super depressed content and videos, those are the people that obviously feel like they can't be the best, and they are in the world competing with people that are like bodybuilders and supermodels, and they are like average people, and they feel so much worse because they go on TikTok and they just want to watch a cat play with some fucking yarn, but they don't get to get that video. No, you know what they get instead? They get a video about that's just a black screen with words on it saying how depressed they are with some sad somber music playing and some rain effects over it. Okay, bro, I get it. You're upset, you're sad, you're depressed. This is not gonna help you, bro. This ain't gonna help your depression. What's gonna help your depression is go outside. And if you can't do that, try to, talk to a friend. If it's not like face to face, at least text someone. You watching this. So if you watching this right now and you going through some depression, my brother, I'm like, when I say go touch grass, I'm not even joking. Like I have a garden. I go outside. I relax in my garden for 30 minutes, just, watering shit, cutting dead leaves and stuff. And you just smelling the flowers and stuff and just enjoying being around things that are alive, but don't want you to be anything but just you. The plants ain't expecting me to be super. The plants ain't expecting me to be like super jacked or nothing. They want me to just sit there and nurture it, and it will nurture me. My tomato plant waits for me to water it, and then in return I wait for it to give me tomatoes. Life is simple, And I'm telling you, doing something like that, you may think it's corny, it's cringe, it's not gonna do nothing. It helps. Going outside, going for a walk, going for a jog, it helps. I'm telling you, go for a walk around the park. Just not like just get out your room. Sometimes it's the environment you're in. Sometimes the reason why you're so depressed is because you have a depression room. I learned what that was because of my ex-girlfriend, because she used to talk about having a depression room a lot. And I thought I had one too, but no, I didn't. I was just messy. She her what a depression room is like a messy room, but it's because you just can't get up to do anything, clean anything, or it's just the mess is piling up, and the more the mess piles up, the more depressed you get, hence depression room. But so she actually told me what a depression room was, and so some of y'all actually have that, and you need to exit that space, go outside, go into other rooms, and like talk to people. And I know some of y'all say I don't have anybody to talk to. Cap, you watching this video right now or this stream, if you watching it live, there's a comment section and there's people you can talk to about your shit. So stop acting like you have to sit there depressed by yourself, being sad. And honestly, I would maybe I make a Reddit or something, because I want more people to like be more open and chill, bruh. That sad TikToks I saw made me feel terrible, and I've been going on a rant. I completely forgot there was a video in front of me. Let's get back to this video about our generation and why it might be doomed.
Poorer countries might have less materialistic wealth, but they tend to be a lot more wealthier than developed countries when it comes to happiness and fulfillment, because they still have very strong communities, they still have very strong intact families, they still have all of the other things that fulfill human beings. Like, money is just not enough to make you happy. Like, your life needs to serve a greater purpose than just your own selfish materialistic interest, because that's just not going to make you happy.
Why go down this road? You've obviously, you could be doing something so much better for the world than this, couldn't you?
No, I've been so like sexually open since I was at school, and if you met anyone in my year group, they would be like, you were absolutely made to do this.
I find it
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I talked too much already.
interesting how she took that as a compliment. I don't think that your average person would take that as a compliment, but she's fully embraced it. Like, yeah, I was born for this.
Said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but like, look, I can't. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
It makes me wonder, like, what was she saying or doing that made people think, oh yeah, OnlyFans girl, she's absolutely going to be an OnlyFans girl.
Be like, you were absolutely made to do this. And I think if you put your mind to something, then you can absolutely achieve it. Like, look at me, with a little bit of good looks and hard work, you can become a millionaire.
A little bit of good looks and hard work. All right, let's flip it. With a little bit of hard work and good looks. All right, don't try to downplay your looks, because OnlyFans is not about how much work you put in. It's about how pretty you are, how young you are. As gross as that is to say, yes, how young you are, and how risque you can be. If you're pretty young and risque, you're probably gonna be the top percent on OnlyFans, because that is the three demographics that people typically go for. And you have the age, and you say you do things way crazier, way filthier than what a stripper would do. So you have the risque and you have the looks. If the risque is the hard work, then okay, I'll give it to you, because a lot of us won't do half the things that you do. And if you want to say it's hard to do because a lot of us wouldn't do it, then I guess. And then I can understand your point about it being hard work. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you that. I'll give you the hard work, because like taking 3 at a time probably is hard. All right. Not many of us here can say we did that. So yeah, you did work hard. I ain't gonna lie.
You can become a millionaire.
But what does it say about society where a bright young woman like you, right, decides to abandon a career and a fantastic career as a lawyer to do this just because it's making you money online? What does it say about the way society's gone?
that I'm successful no matter what I do. I'd be successful as anything. It just
Are you proud of it? Are you proud of it though?
Yeah, of course
Really?
I am. Of course I am. Look
More
at
than
me.
you would be
Through
as a lawyer?
OnlyFans, I box. I have a big social presence. I have everything, and OnlyFans was my gateway to become this influencer that I am now.
Overall, so do I think that people should be controlled and people should be completely banned from doing this kind of work? I don't think I would personally make it illegal for women to go into this industry, but I definitely do think that it shouldn't be normalized for women to go into this line of work. I don't think it should be something that's talked about in a very nonchalant way, because the consequences of going into it are very real, and a lot of girls don't know that when they're signing up for it, which is not great because they have to learn the hard way, and I don't think that's necessary. I do think that there definitely needs to be a more complex conversation had about it to discuss all aspects of it, not just the positive sides of making money, but also the negative sides as well, because those parts don't seem to be talked about anywhere near as much. So when you've got like a whole generation of like girls who are as young as 18 hopping on these sites because they are under the impression that they're going to be earning like tens of thousands or 100,000 pounds a month or whatever. But yeah, I just thought we'd react to that video because I don't know, I think our priorities within our generation are a bit all over the place. A lot of people seem to be very like materialistic.
Yeah. I would say like my biggest issue with OnlyFans is not like the women doing it. I don't care. It's not about the guys who are buying it and beating their dicks off. I don't care. Like those are grown adults doing grown adult things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a dude at 35 years of age buying the girl's OnlyFans because she says she'll be your online girlfriend, that's on you, my boy. That's not on us. That's on you, my boy. But like my issue is like kids going on TikTok. Again, TikTok is one of the is a gateway. It's a gateway to all these weird things you can go into. You know what I'm saying? This is why parents obviously don't really want their children on TikTok and shit anymore. Not because China's spying on them, but it's because it's a slow gateway into weird niche communities that you don't know about as a parent, but like your kid knows about very, very well. So like it's like I was on TikTok and there's a sound that's like people say I'm only doing this for attention. Well, duh, is like that's what the sound is basically saying, and it's a girl's voice. And all the TikToks I click on it and it's just a girl's just showing like their boobs or their ass or titties, and I'm like, oh, that's what we just doing now. We just being upfront with it. You know, I can respect it if you just upfront with it, right? But then I realized I took my dap back. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I did that is because I realized that I'm on a fucking children's app. TikTok is an app for kids. I'm over here just trying to watch cats play with yarn and shit. I'm trying to watch funny TikToks. And then I see this.
You're just posting that for attention. Yeah, obviously, bitch. What else would I be posting it for?
And then I'm like, and the ones at the top all had an OnlyFans. And then I realized that a lot of people are using TikTok and IG and Twitter to funnel people into their OnlyFans because they can't actually make money on Twitter and IG and TikTok, but they can make money by you paying for the subscription. So they post tease content on these other social media websites to draw you in. I didn't really have an issue with it until I realized that half of the kids in the comment sections of these TikToks are like 14, 13, 15. Like the amount of times I see a comment say, just wait 5 years, give me 8 years. 8 years? Boy, you are 10 years old. And then I realized, I'm like, get off this app. But then I'm like, this app is made for you. So I can't tell you to get off this app. I need to tell her to get off this app. But I can't tell her to get off this app because she's a grown ass person that can do what she wants to fucking do. Fuck. Patience, what we gonna do? Patience, what we gonna do, man? I don't know what's up with this generation. Are we doomed? Is this an over exaggeration? Am I even real? These are questions we need answered.
And just kind of controlled by consumerism. I do wonder if it's because of like the type of influencers that are put on a pedestal, you know, like the Andrew Tates of the world who are excessively materialistic. You know, he's always talking about his Bugatti and all that kind of stuff. And I just do feel like this kind of like mindset of like money can make you happy and money is the most important thing in the world. I just think it's going to lead a lot of people down the wrong path because unfortunately, money is not the most fulfilling thing to pursue when you're young, sure, but
the most fulfilling thing to pursue are relationships. And I'm not talking about dating people. I'm talking about any type of relationship. Friends, family, and romantic ones. Platonic and romantic relationships. All of them. Those are the ones that matter. Those are things that you can't take away. You can't take away the bond you and another person share because of an inside joke that y'all made since y'all were kids. No amount of money can take away the amount of love you have for the people that are in your inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't trade my mom for no amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trading anybody in my family for any amount of money because these are people I fucking love. Just like I assume you fucking love your family unless you're going through some stuff with them right now, and I understand that. But unless that, you fucking love your family and you wouldn't trade them for nothing. Unless you're a materialistic person, you would trade them for a Bugatti. And if that's it, then I guess I understand. We're not the same and we're going to have to let bygones be bygones. It's okay to be different. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like the most fulfilling thing to pursue in life are relationships with other people, because that's something you can't really fake, like real relationships. Not relationships built on my status or my connections or my money, but relationships built based off of my interests and your interests and my personality, your personality, and things we enjoy doing, hobbies, places to go, shit like that. That's what matters, man. I mean, to me, I don't know about to you, but to me, shit.
like as time goes by, there's not many people who are old and happy being just rich and that's it. Like, they have nothing else going for them, they're just rich. It's not really something that fulfills most people later on in life. And
yeah, would you rather be 90 and rich and living in a mansion with like a butler and a cook but no other family, or be like 90 and like a grandparent or maybe a great grandparent, and you rocking in the rocking chair, on the front porch with your best buddy, your locked in, your partner in crime right beside you, y'all just rocking on the chair, seeing your kids play with their kids. You a great grandparent. Like, you did that. Like all these people at this house right now at this family reunion are because of fucking you. That's awesome. I think that's a dope ass thing to realize. Like, I'm like, this shit went deeper than me. This shit went past me. There are people that are only here because I made a decision 57 years ago to have that fucking fuck up over there that I call a child, and then that fuck up made more fuck ups. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I think that is so beautiful. Like, at one point I used to have like existential dread and just believed in like nihilism a lot. And then like I had to switch it because like there's no way you can continue living life like in a nihilistic mind space or whatever mind space. Yeah. You just can't operate in there. And then optimistic nihilism also is like, I'm gonna make videos explaining those. It's deep, like, a lot of ways of how we think as humans, it goes deep. But yeah, like, come on, bro. Family matters. Relationships and experiences are the two things that matter the most in life. Money does not matter that much. Money can help you gain experiences and help you put your family in better positions. Yes, money can help aid happiness, but it cannot buy it. You can't actually buy happiness. It's only created. It can't be bought. You have to have an experience that makes you happy. And it's not just like, oh, I bought this car, I'm happy now. It's that you bought this car for your mom and you've been telling her ever since you was a kid that you was going to buy her favorite car. And now that you did, you can see the smile on her face as she's crying in your arms, hugging you, saying, I love you. You was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now I'm telling you, it's not the money that you wanted. It was that moment, that experience with your mother. It's what you wanted. You wanted to feel that. You wanted to feel that your mom was proud of you. I feel like that's every kid's biggest dream, is their parents feeling proud of them. And so that's what you really wanted. But money helped aid you to get there. It didn't buy it for you. You did that. You made this whole situation. I mean, I think people need to understand that, like, what you wanted was the happiness that you saw in your mother's face, not you know, just being able to buy a car. Like being able to have the money to buy a car isn't as good as legitimately doing something for the people you love, regardless if it costed money or you did it with your bare hands. It's the experience with the people you love that matter.
So I don't think it's a good message to be spreading to young girls or young boys that, you know, just strive to just be rich and that's it. That's all you need in life to be happy, is just be really rich and be really materialistic with your Birkin bags and all this kind of stuff. And I do wonder if this is maybe the Kardashian effect. So yeah, so I do think our priorities.
She wants to label it the Kardashian effect. We might be working on that. The Kardashian effect. I like that.
Are a little bit interesting, to say the very least. But do let me know what you think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think our generation's become way too materialistic? But do let me know if you disagree with me. Maybe you think that money can buy you happiness, or that money alone can make you happy. I definitely think that money makes your life easier and makes it easier for you to eliminate some of the problems in your life. But in terms of actually making you happy, in terms of being a source for your happiness, I don't think that's true. Well, if you enjoyed this video, you may as well like and subscribe. I am also on other socials if you'd like to check me out. Thank you.
Anyways, that was a great video, Patience. I'm gonna give you your like. I already subscribed, so don't tell me to do that again. But let's look at some of these comments. Paying for OnlyFans has to be one of the most embarrassing things a man can do. I don't think it's the most embarrassing. I'm saying that as a man that has done it before, but like it was $3, bro. Like, come on, like I've done it before because I was like, what's the hype in this? And yeah, so like I'm not gonna say that I haven't. Was it a waste of $3? I have seen sad men on Reddit beg for the OnlyFans of whatever hot girl is posted. Why even pay for it when it's literally porn available free? Yeah, no. See, you pay for it when you realize that there's nobody like giving free links and stuff. I'm sorry for giving free game to like Reddit porn. Let's have an honest conversation about OnlyFans. Like I have so much OnlyFans research that I actually have somewhere, you know what I'm saying? I can pull that up and like we can talk about OnlyFans for real because I actually did research on it. And so I think it'd be cool because I didn't want to talk shit about OnlyFans without like being honest of like understanding where it's coming from and all that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be one of those people that just harp on it. You know, I want to say, hey, maybe there's a good side to OnlyFans. Trying to play devil's advocate, man. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. But that was a good video, I would say. I don't know if there's anything else to react to, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time.